Hello students, today we are going to learn analytical paragraph. What do you mean by analytical paragraph? Analytical paragraph, the form of writing which is used to interpret the facts presented in the form of table, graph, chart. Okay, so it may be given in any forms and you are supposed to interpret with the language using particular vocabularies which I am going to tell you. It will be very easy for you to interpret. Okay. Now next thing which you should understand about analytical paragraph. What do you mean by analytical paragraph? The word analytical stands for the word analysis. It comes from the word analysis, which means a detailed examination of an element or a structure of something. This includes analyzing case with the help of map, chart, report or line graph. So from where did this come? This analytical paragraph, usually it is asked in IELTS examination, IELTS, IELTS. What is the full form of IELTS? This is International English Language Testing System. This opens the doors for foreign countries. Okay, so it would be very helpful for you all for further examinations. So now 10 marks question of story writing has been replaced by analytical paragraph. Okay, this has been specially introduced for class 10 CBSE. Now this carries 10 marks, so you are supposed to pay attention very minutely, and it is very easy to score marks if you pay attention to the minute details. Okay, each and every vocabulary, everything I have given in details, so please watch the video completely throughout. Okay, now this analytical paragraph, yes, we have introduction, overview, first body paragraph, second body paragraph. Now see, introduction, it is just the paraphrase of the question. The question, whatever is given in the question, the same question is repeated using the synonyms. If you exactly repeat the same, then you will not score good marks, because the vocabulary is seen, how you change it in your own words. Next is overview, and then first body paragraph, second body paragraph. Overview. What is overview? This is the describing the overall trend which is given in the question. For this, minutely you have to observe the initial point and the last point, so that you can get an overview of the trend. Then we have the first body paragraph, in which we describe the first grouping of lines having similar trends or values. Then after that we can have the second body paragraph, which describes the second grouping of lines having similar trends or values. Here I have used the word lines, but in the case of pie graph, it will be not lines, but it will be the segment. Okay, and same way with the bar graph and the map and the chart. Okay, now let me tell you children, this overview can be written after first body paragraph and second body paragraph. This overview can be written exactly after the introduction, or it can be written last. Okay, so like a conclusion also it can be written. Both are correct. Okay, now let us move on to the next. Whenever you start the paragraph, or you can say paraphrasing, I said introduction. Introduction is paraphrasing of introduction. Okay, that means you have to write in your own words. Then give an overall view of the trend, overall increase, decrease, etc. Divide the data on two paragraphs on the basis of some features: different time, periods, variables, similarity, dissimilarity. Then mention the initial status from where the line graph starts. Then choose the significant point in between: rapid increase, decline, steady, growth, decline, stable, outnumber the other variables. Then show contrast, similarity, dissimilarity. Then mention the end status. Okay? Then there are some tips for writing. Check the wording of the question. If it asks you to summarize or describe the data, you just need to select the most significant points and report them. You don't need to interpret them or give reasons for them unless the question asks you to explain or comment on the data. Start by stating what the topic is all about, who, where, and when it relates to. Then summarize the features. Alternatively, the summary can be your final graph. Use words and phrases to connect one idea to another. For example, however, okay, consequently, altogether. So these conditionals or joining words are also used, and to change the topic smoothly when you introduce a new point. Make direct comparisons in the data. Point out similarities and differences between different groups. You can also use adverbs to express an opinion about what you are describing. For example, quickly or rapidly. I will give you separately the vocabulary which is supposed to be used. Okay? Now, as I have told you, what vocabulary should be used for making the analytical paragraphs more impressive so that we can get more marks. Okay? Now look at this. I have given you this list so as to make it very easy. Some verbs and noun, how to use it. Okay? Now the arrow which is pointing downwards. Downwards means going down. Upwards arrow, going up. Then stable arrow, no change. Then we have constant change. Then position, that means constant position. So now let us come to know the verbs which will be helpful for us to describe the downward trend. Okay? For describing the downward trend, we can use the verb decrease, fall, drop, decline, plunge. Then for bigger things we can use plunge or plummet. Big change, for big change only we can use plunge, plummet. Then noun, decrease, fall, drop, decline, plunge, downsturn or downswing. Okay? Then again we have go up, upwards trend. You can see increase, rise, grow, double, treble. If it is 3 times, treble, 2 times, double, climb, rocket. Big change we can use rocketed or rocket. Okay? Then the noun form of it is an increase. When you use the noun form, you are supposed to use a. Just like the previous one, a decrease, a fall, a drop, a decline, a plunge, a downsturn, a downswing. Okay? So this way, in the first one also, a has been used. So the same way, the second one, going up, when you use it as a noun, the same verb, you have to add an or a. For example, an increase. There has been an increase. A rise, considerable rise. A doubling in plus noun you can use. or trebling or climb. Okay. Then you have no change, straight arrow. If there is no change, then what can you use? The verb level off, stabilize, remain the same, remain stable, remain unchanged. And in the noun form, a leveling off at stability. Now let us look at constant change. If it keeps on changing, then what can be used? Fluctuate is the right word. Be unstable, be volatile, that means keeps on changing. Then as a noun, fluctuation. The same fluctuate can be used as fluctuation in plus noun. Instability, volatility. Okay. Position. Suppose a high peak it has reached. Reach a high peak of, that means highest position. Reach a low, or if it is the lowest, then reach a low. Stood at, start, begin at, end, finish at. A high of, a low of. Okay. So this way, using these symbols, it will make your work easier. Now look at this line graph. In order to understand better, we can see the line graph over here, which will help us to understand in a very easy way which word, which vocabulary should be used to describe the trend, because these words are going to help you score good marks. Okay. The number of, the quantity of, the amount of, the percentage of something we can use. Okay. Next thing. Now look at the initial yellow color pointer. In yellow color, it has been used expanded, grew, climbed, raise. Okay. Picked up, stepped up, recovered. All these are given. Okay. What does it show? Upward trend it shows. Then again, in the box it is given further. Okay. So that also you can use. Suppose if it is again reduced, in the blue color you can see the pointer again decreased. So what can be used? Reduced, went down, decreased, dropped, declined, fall or fell. Okay. Again it has gone up. See, steep rise it is. Such a great rise. So what do we call this? Shot up. Okay. Soared, S-O-A-R-E-D. Soared, jumped, rocketed. Okay. You can see the words double, trebled, quadruple. So many words are there in order to shot up. Okay. Rocketed. All these words can be used. Now again you see the green color. It is stable, isn't it? As I have shown you in the arrow. Stood at, stayed at, established at, flattened out at, leveled off at, was or remained stable. Okay. Constant at. Now again it comes down. Just see how it has come down. Collapsed, slumped, crashed, plunged, plummeted. Just see. Come down. And how did it come down? Here are in the boxes below, those words which are given in the boxes are actually adverbs. Okay. So adverbs. Dramatically collapsed. Or if it is up, then dramatically rose or shot up. Sharply, steeply, substantially, considerably, significantly, markedly, rapidly, suddenly, swiftly, quickly, notably. All these words, adverbs we are supposed to use if it has come down, and both the hands it is given left and right. So these adverbs can be used both for coming down or going up, shooting up. Both it can be used. So the same way in blue color box also it has been given and two hands are given. That means showing one is pointing to the yellow pointer, another to the blue pointer, showing that these adverbs can be used with going down and going up also. Moderately, slightly, okay, minimally, slowly, steadily, gradually. Okay. Now, same way, the left side you can see how it has been used. Okay. Now next, let us come to the describing trends. Further, some prepositions more I have added in order to make this clearer. Okay. Now we can see the graph from 2002 to 2008, and the units are given on the y-axis and the year is given on the x-axis. Now look at the pointers. Okay, the two color it is given. How can we describe what preposition should be used? A simple description. It decreased from is the preposition, from 10 to 4, going down. You can see there was a drop of 6 units. It dropped by 6. A decrease in the number of between 2004 and 2008, from 2004 to 2008. So all these are prepositions that can be used in order to describe. Next one is the graph. You can see the fluctuating one. It started at 4 units. You can see very clearly it is given in 2002. 4 you can see on the y-axis. Okay, a simple description is given. It started at 4 units. It peaked at 10 units. Can you see 10, the highest one? So the word, which one it has been used? Peak. Peak means the highest point. So peaked at 10 units. Then again it dropped by 8 units. 8 units to its lowest point at 2 units. Can you see? 2 units it is given. So this is the way to describe. It increased to 6 units. Again it has gone up to 6 units. Can you see? Then again it remained stable between 2008 and 2010. Clearly visible. 2008 to 2010 it is stable, remained same. It finished at 6 units in 2010. Can you see? So this is the way to describe. It will be very easy for you. Now let us come to deal with a question. What kind of question? This is a linear graph. So you will have to mention what kind of a graph it is. Okay, you are not supposed to change in paraphrase. You are not supposed to change the graph, the name of the graph. If it is pie graph, pie chart, it should be pie chart. Linear, then linear. Bar graph, then bar graph you should mention. So let us look at the question here. The graph below shows population figures for India and China since the year 2000 and predicted population growth up until 2050. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Now look at this. Just analyze the graph. Now x-axis is given, in which the number of years it is given. Every 10 years it has been mentioned. 2001, 2000, 2010, 2020, 2030, 2040, 2050 it is given, isn't it? Now two linear graphs can you see? One is in the purple color and the other is light purple. Okay. Now you can see in the question you can see since the year 2000 and predicted population growth up until 2050. So 2050 till 2050 it is predicted. So prediction also has been given. How to summarize? As I have told you, we have to see the main features. What are the main features? The initial stage, what is it? You can see both the lines. That means India and China. What is India is represented by the purple one and the light color is represented by China. Okay. So China is the light color and this purple one is India. Okay. So both the lines you can see. So first the initial stage 1 it is given. Okay. So in 2001 the initial stage you can see, and the light one, that is China, it was more. Population of China was more, 1.2 it is given, and here 1.0 of India it is given. Now you can analyze that is it growing up? Of course, both of them are in a rising level. Both are rising up till in 2030 you can observe that both the population of China and India both were same. You can see both are rising. But in the initial stage you will have to mention that the population of India was far less, isn't it? Very, very less when compared to China. Now what is the vocabulary to be used? I will explain in the next page. Now you can just see that the initial stage you can see there is a lot of difference. Then both grow and go on rising up, and then 2030 both are the same, but the population of India is still rising and rising, but China was able to control the population, so it has come a little bit down, fell down, remain a constant a little bit. Then towards 2050 it is expected, you should use the passive form, it is expected, because it is just a prediction. The year is yet to come. Okay, so after 2020, that is we are at present 2020, after that you cannot say it is going to happen. Okay, so in that way you have to be very careful about the tense. So the last stage is that though the population of India at the initial stage was less than that of China, but towards the end it is predicted that in 2050 the population of India will be more than that of China. Okay, so this is the prediction. Now let us come to know the next one. How do we describe? Okay, now first we will write the introduction. Now this for your sake, for your convenience, I am writing here introduction, but when you write the word introduction you are not supposed to write. Simply for your sake it is written introduction. So how will we start? I have told you paraphrasing. In introduction what do we do? Simply paraphrasing of the question. So what was written in the question? Can you see? The graph shows. So for shows we can use illustrates, depicts how the populations of India and China have changed since 2000 and how they will change in the future. This is the only introduction. Okay, so look at the question and then you see the introduction. What have I changed? Simply I have copied the question with a little bit of change and nothing else. Okay, then let us come to the body paragraph 1. Okay, overview we will write afterwards. We can write overview also first and then we can go to paragraph 1, as I have already told you. Both are correct. Now let us come to know this. In 2000 there were more people living in China than in India. This is what we have observed. You can see the graph once more and then you can come to this conclusion. The number of Chinese was 1.25 billion while India's population was about 1 billion. Between 2000 and 2010, there has been a 0.2 billion rise in the number of Indian citizens. Over the same period, China's population has increased by 0.1 billion to reach over 1.35 billion. Now paragraph 1, what are the things we have used? There were more people living in China. More we have used. The number of this word you have used. While, WHILE, while we have used. Then between we have used. Then there has been, the passive we have used. Rise in the, rise we have used this word. Then over the same, this word we have used. Then over the same period. Then has increased by. Okay. Then to reach over. These are the words we have used, vocabulary prepositions in order to describe. Okay. Then let us come to the next paragraph. According to the graph, the population in India will increase more quickly than in China. And experts say that by 2030, both countries will have the same population of 1.45 billion. After this, China's population is likely to fall slightly to 1.4 billion in 2050, while India's population will probably increase and reach 1.6 billion. Okay, now what are the words which we have used according to the graph? Will increase more quickly. Experts say. We do not say that we say, isn't it? Experts say. Both countries will have the same. Will have the same. Then after this, likely to. Then fall slightly. While. Will probably increase and reach. So these are the words which we have used. Okay. Now let us come to the next paragraph, that is conclusion or overview. Thus, over the 50-year period, India is going to experience steady growth in its population and it will overtake China. On the other hand, China's population will peak in 2030 and then begin to fall. I have not used anything out of my own information. I have used everything which is given in the graph. Now see the conclusion. What is it? Over the 50-year period, this I have written, is going to experience then steady growth. Okay? Overtake China. On the other hand, then will peak, then begin to fall. Okay? So, thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed it.